Mongo, you're a liar. Remember when your mum basically was holding your PIP money? Yeah, we all remember that, right? She was your carer. Yeah, we all remember that, right? And then every month you'd have near £2,000, and then your mum would actually give you £100 out of that, and she was fleecing you. Remember when Kayleigh become your carer because you had enough of it? And if you're going to call us liars, Kayleigh could prove that through her bank transfers. Anyway, Bongo, you've been speaking a load of shit tonight anyway. And to be honest with you, it's pathetic. Now, to be fair with you, I put Kayleigh on because she's got something to say too.
Hello, people. You know what? I want my subs to go back up so I can go live, right? Because this is double standards, and I don't get involved in people's drama, yeah. But I'm going to stick up for Lisa on this one. So Mongo sat there slagging Lisa off about how Lisa has supposed to have brought up Natalie. Maybe she was on drugs, maybe she wasn't. But Mongo, are you forgetting something? Your mum was on drugs. Why do you think that you, your brother Sheldon and Lee was on drugs? Because you was around the drugs because of your mum. Your mum was bringing it in the house because she was doing it herself. And you already stated to everybody and the social services that you had your first joint at 8 years old. 8 years old. So that just proves everything we all need to know about that. So when you sit there and slag Lisa off because she might have done drugs around her own child, you need to look at home. Your mum was a druggie. She only came off the drugs in 2024, about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago to stretch it, to have Lola and Prim. But we all know a drug user can relapse any time. And I bet you any money, and I can actually pin any money on this, that your mum is probably doing a joint now and again because she knows that she's off social services. But guess what? Just because she's off social services doesn't mean that the schools ain't watching how she's bringing those children up. She might be loved by everyone and liked by everyone because she's doing a good deed for our kids. But they know that a drug user can relapse any time. So stop sitting there slagging Lisa off. Stop making lies up, yeah, and getting involved in people's shit. You did this with me and my mum. Oh, and you're also moaning that Lisa told everyone that your mum had cancer. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. I am, right? You know, I hope she's getting through it, you know? Because that's the most decent thing to say. But didn't you go around YouTube when I left you and you exposed my mother all over YouTube and told everyone she had cancer herself and you was all laughing about it? Now, I get it. You told Lisa out of confidence and a secret and she exposed it. But guess what? Karma's a bitch, innit? Because you were all laughing when my mum had cancer. So you know how it feels now. So hey ho, cheerio, you lying little bastard.
Lisa, you might have had a hard bring up, right? And also basically similarly in Natalie's eyes, she's had a hard bring up. That was back in the 80s, back in the, in the 90s. Nothing was perfect. Truth. Everybody was struggling, to even live these days, you know what I mean? There was no technology. There's basically no phones, nothing, right? And she sits there, right, disrespecting you. At least, Lisa, right, I will give you this. At least you went out and actually put food on the table for her. This is what she is trying to basically avoid. What you've done for her. Any parent back in the 80s, back in the 90s, right, was struggling, including my mum and dad. They were struggling to put food on the table, but you know what? At least they made an effort. My dad went out working. My mum went out working. You know what I mean? But if she sits there saying that she had a bad bring up, well, let me ask you something, Natalie. If you so much had a hard bring up, look at you now. You basically got seemingly living in a hostel and shit. That wasn't for your mum, right? That was for yourself. It was through yourself. Do you mean tell you it was through yourself? You had a flat, Natalie. You had a flat. You had everything for you. The world was your oyster. You decided to meet up with Jamie, yeah? And you decided to basically go into a tent and shag him, right? You got him into your life. What happened to you, Natalie? You lost everything. Absolutely everything. You lost everything. You lost your furniture, you lost your freedom, and you lost your flat. All because of you jumping in bed with that mong. That's what it comes down to, innit? Money doesn't come into it, yeah? He's sitting there saying that he can get a flat now because he's disabled. Doesn't work like that. He's not a priority. He's a single man. Do you really think that where you sit there and go, yeah, we're in a relationship and basically they take on couples? No, they don't. They take on people that is basically more, priority. They don't give a fuck about his disabilities. They don't give a shit about nothing about him. He'll be waiting on the waiting list for about fucking 7 years, 8 years, max, till he gets the actual flat. And you're sitting there saying to the community that your mum is a bad person. Actually, no, I think your mum did a good job. The only thing that your mum should have done, right, is taught you manners. Because the way you treat your mother is fucking disgusting, to tell you the truth. She's the mother basically struggled through the hard times way before this technology came onto the scene. Yeah? She went through heartache to do everything for you. And then you're basically going around disrespecting her, saying that she's this big bad wolf.
Still clothed her.
Exactly. Still clothed you, still put fucking food on the table, making sure that you was warm in the middle of the night. What did you do, Natalie? I'll tell you what you do. You waited till social media came onto the scene and then disrespected and down your mother. She is the only mother you ever have, yeah, in this world. And you got a mug of a boyfriend. What?
She'll regret it.
You got a mug.
If her Mongo ends, that's it. She's going to regret everything.
Exactly. You got that mong basically destroyed your future. You lost your flat. And you think that he's the love of your life. Carry on. I hope you fucking get married. But I doubt it very much. But do you know what? You're going to see the trees you're going to see the woods before, whatever they say, trees through the woods, whatever. You're going to see for what he really is. Yeah? You're a disgusting human being, Natalie. You are. You're vile. Treating your mum like that. Doesn't matter what she's done, at least she clothed you and fed you. You fucking evil bitch. And by the way, by you saying that you're going to meet up with Kayleigh and batter her like you said earlier on there, don't think so, darling. Don't think so. Ask Malty. Malty will tell you how hard Kayleigh is. She would absolutely smash your face off a fucking curb. Do I make myself clear? You ain't nothing, girl. You ain't nothing. Yeah? Ask Jamie of the stories about Kayleigh, what she did with girls and that. Yeah? Took about 4 on the same time. You really think that you can take her on? He's manipulating you. He's making you feel fucking precious. He knows how hard Kayleigh is. Ask Kayleigh, ask Mongo the day that his mother was up. Yeah? Ask him about that. And then Mongo was begging Kayleigh not to hit that. Figure that out. You're a mong. The lot of you. Smackheads. You'll never keep getting kids, Natalie. Never. You'll have kids taken away from you in an instant. As soon as you're pregnant, he's got a background. It's said on record he cannot be trusted around kids. Ask him why. That's no lies, that's facts. Read it. Peace out. Fucking smackheads. Going into basically Jamie's stream talking about Jimmy Savile paedophilic shit all the time, yeah? And he said that he's still alive. No, he's not, Fried Egg. He died in 2011. You absolutely bacon. Why are you looking at basically fucking paedophiles for? This community, it's just wrong uns. Fried Egg is sat there looking at paedophilic shit now. Why are you doing that? You got brain rot, mate. Brain rot, you dirty little fucking pedo. Remember when you was in Natalie Bible Basher's fucking stream? We all witnessed it. You asked her, I quote, is it okay if I could date your daughter? And her daughter was only basically 14 years old. We all witnessed it. We all seen it. And all the stream went crazy because what you said. And now you're going around saying you never said it. I'm sure there's somebody out there that actually got that video. We'll put her up for the community to see. You dirty bastard. bastard, mate. You dirty bacon little paedophile cunt, mate. Want to date young girls, yeah? Do you know what? Paedophile hunters should look at your hard drive, mate, or the police, mate. You scummy little fucking dirty little fucking child molesting bastard, mate. I bet you got loads of shit on your hard drive, mate, and the Discord. There are a lot of you. Why is this community, right, always basically revolved? It's only the UK community I've noticed, right? I've looked at the American one, I've looked Chinese, Japanese, fucking the Asians, a lot of them, right? They are doing normal shit, having conversations, getting on with their life. They talking the day-to-day business. They're doing the normal crap that they should be doing, talking about holidays, talking about shopping, talking about what they got up with through the day. But you got an incel community on there watching Kayleigh's kids constantly on videos and pointing out certain things. That's a paedophile there. You got Fried Egg talking about kids on the internet. That's a paedophile there. You got Discord sharing photos and indecent images of children and basically women on there, yeah? Nonsense. Do you know what? No wonder, right, all the immigrants come into this country is because all the dirty bacons of the British people are basically fucking paedophiles. And I'll say that right now, out loud, right? They know they can get away with it. So if an immigrant comes over to this country and they've raped in their country, yeah, they come over here and go, that's all right. We got a load of British people over here that basically are talking about it on their social media constantly. We'll fit in well with them. We'll get rehoused. We get money in our bank account every week. We get dental and basically doctor's appointments on tap. Do you know what? It's through you people this has happened. No wonder the governments are in there too. Our government looking at basically child porn. It's all been proven. Our governments have been arrested for it too. Britain, in my eyes, is classed as a dirty fucking bacon bastard fucking, you know, fucking literally UK is a nonce fucking state, yeah, country. It's flooding. Even inside community is sat down, right, putting false allegations out there on me, right, with no proof, going out there slandering my name, and he does know fuck all about me, yeah, and he's saying some harassment stuff to me, yeah. And I swear to God, you will pay for what's coming to you, boy, yeah? Karma's a bitch. As Kayleigh said earlier on, Jamie went online mocking basically fucking her mum for having cancer, and his mum had cancer. I guarantee you, incel community, karma will come and bite you on your ass. And you, Fried Egg, you dirty bastard fucking paedophile cunt. Happy enough. Couldn't have a normal conversation, and you turned it into a pedophilic fucking conversation. You bacon, a racist, dirty fucking paedophile. That's all I gotta say to you. Jamie gets $2,000. What does he spend his money on? And you disrespecting your mum? Wait a minute, drugs? Yeah? Talking about his housing benefit, that's covered by the housing, so there's not really any money coming out of Jamie's benefits to cover the housing benefits. So he gets $2,000 out of his money, and you're sitting there saying, oh yeah, but she spends it on basically drugs. You are basically spending your money on drugs and alcohol. You really think that you're going to have kids the way you are? No. And by the way, using disabilities, well, I've got ADHD and Asperger's, yeah? I'm basically medicated. What is Jamie doing with his actual basically medicated? He's not taking his medication, Zaditing, because that's what he should be on, right? Zaditing, right? Exactly what I'm on, yeah?
He's conning the system.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's conning the system. There's fuck all wrong with him, yeah? Absolutely nothing wrong with him, yeah? He can walk, he can talk, he can basically do everything he wants to do, right? And then you're sitting there making out that he's basically on disabilities and you're a carer for him. Yeah, Kayleigh's a carer for me too, yeah? But mostly I do everything for myself. So what? It's a part of the parcel, right? But you're sitting there saying that he's this disabled fucking vegetable. If he can go out for his drugs, right, and phone up a drug dealer, right, to get his drugs, yeah, I'm sure he's capable, right, to do his washing, his ironing, his cooking, bath himself, and basically put himself to sleep. There is nothing wrong with that man. He's just faking it for the system. He's fucking the system over. If he can turn up the fights.
Even his mum done his pip and lied.
There you go.
She went to the assessments and lied on his behalf. And then she says to me, and I quote when I was with him, "Oh, if you get pulled in for an assessment for Mongo, you have to sit there and lie through your teeth for him to keep it," like she did.
Oh, there we go, look. That was the words out of Kayleigh. That's the words out of Kayleigh's mouth. That's been with him for 10 years and you've been with him for 2 seconds. There we go. So his mum was basically trying to, fleece the system. But all that will come to stop. Don't worry about it. Everything will come to a stop. He'll lose his benefits in time. Trust me. There's video evidence out there, and there's basically shit that he's done. Will basically look at the fucking people will look at and go, oh well, if you can do this, you can do that. You could turn up to a riot, right? Nothing wrong with Jamie. And he made a statement earlier on saying, oh yeah, I got a gun license. You haven't got a gun license. You never will have a gun license. You had your guns taken off you because you had a gun in your house and your own child picked it up. And you basically had it taken off you because you were supposed to be in a case in a fucking cabinet. What happened? Taken off you. Yeah? You want to go to the nitty gritty now? You want to go down to what everything you've done, right? Yeah? What about when you basically threw Kayleigh on the floor when she was pregnant, yeah? When she was pregnant. And when you whipped her into the door when she was pregnant. Natalie, do you know what he used to do to Kayleigh? I don't know if he does it to you, darling, right? But let me tell you what he used to do, yeah? He used to basically take her phone off her and smash it against the wall. Let me ask you a question, Natalie. How many phones have you gone through since you've been with him? Just asking us all, just, concerned us all. This man is a disgusting human being. And the reason why Kayleigh smashed a cup over his head, if you want to cover it tonight, is because he was being very violent towards Kayleigh, punching her and hitting her, and she picked up the first thing that came to her hand and actually literally smashed him over the head with it. Well, wait, we can all sit here going, Kayleigh was in default, right? But his mum found out about it, and his mum told Jamie to say that he got mugged in an alleyway and he didn't know other people did it to him. So when Jamie sits there saying to the community that Kayleigh did that, let me ask you something, Jamie, why did your mother cover it up for you? Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. Because you didn't want to get you basically in trouble because you would have lost the kids because your mum was in a process of doing that, innit? Yeah, we all know the story there. So you can deny it you can deny it or tell the truth because it's all written on paper, but you sit there and say all this shit to the community. See, Mongo's mum, right, was trying to basically put Kayleigh underneath the bridge. Yeah, they were arguing at court with each other, basically blaming each other. Jamie and his mother was basically arguing with each other. And they found out in court that Kayleigh was telling the truth, but Jamie was telling a lie. And that kind of funny people, top people, like judges, basically confront them both. And they said to Jamie, everything you've said about Kayleigh, is it true? And he goes, no. And do you know what? I had doubts in my head about that, right? I actually did, right? I thought Kayleigh was lying to me, right? I really did. But you know what? When we had these social services involved in that shit, right? It's something that you people would never see, right? That Kayleigh actually was telling the truth. Kayleigh was basically telling the truth all along. Kayleigh wasn't a violent one. She was going through trauma and abuse. They even said the kids was going through abuse with Jamie. Was basically scared to go near him in front of basically the social services. I had to stop him going upstairs with Lola or Prim, one of them, I can't remember, right, was in the bath. Truth? Because he was a little fucking nonce, wasn't you, Jamie? Ask him about that, Natalie. Because if you ever have kids, then the truth will come out. And I can't wait for you to have kids, to be fair with you. Because you'll find out quite quickly, you ain't going to keep that child. And that is a fact. And for you, incel community, going, I want to keep my child. Nothing wrong with me, mate. I've never touched kids, never done that in my life, mate. Don't know what information you're putting out there on the actual community, because it's false, mate. My record's clean. You've got a guilty conscience, because I believe you've done something like that. And the rest of you. Shut the fuck up. I'm good. I'm going to be a good dad. And you know what? It's lush. I'm just playing with all you guys right now. It's called biding time till Kayleigh falls. And when she falls, I won't be nowhere to be seen. Just go and fuck yourself, you dirty little wrong uns. Stick together like a nonce team that you are. And Jamie, every word you're saying can be proven wrong, because I've got all the paperwork. And before you say go put it up on social media, I can't, because you know it's private. And before you say give your blessing, I can't, because I get in trouble by the social workers. So shut up, Mong. You should automatically know that anyway, because he was involved with them for ages, right? Oh yeah, he was like a couple of days off of completing it. And guess what? Jamie fucked it up, Natalie. Like you will fuck it up with you, like you lost your flat because of him. Lush that, innit? Anyway, peace out, you bacon bastards. Oh, and incel community, one more thing. Tell me when you're going to send these letters, yeah? Because I'll transfer some money to you, yeah, to send them. Because if you send them to her dad's house, yeah, do you know what? They don't give a fuck, mate. You're going to bin them. It's just going to be a waste of money. I'll give you the money, mate, for transfer, PayPal, whatever, yeah? Give me a shout anytime you want. Just go, yo, Ryse, transfer it to me. And I'll be like, yo, incel community, just wait a second. Yeah? Do you know, like Adrian, when he shouts in fucking Rocky, yo, Adrian, yeah? Just do that shit, right? All right, peace out. Bye, you mong nonsense. She shouldn't be putting her own daughter down on stream in front of the community worldwide. Well, Mongo, let me tell you something really quick and fast. You shouldn't have basically put the mother of your fucking child basically down on social media. You lied to the community and said that she was an abusive fucking mother. You also said, Natalie, today, seemingly, Kayleigh was, in your own words, an alcoholic. Well, for fuck's sake. Do you know what? Kayleigh is not an alcoholic and she doesn't drink, yeah? And Mongo would automatically knew that, because Mongo knows that Kayleigh never drunk in any pregnancy while she was basically carrying Lola or Prim. So why they have actually come out with that, I haven't got a clue. It's a new thing that they brought to the community, just a more shit stir in front of the community. Also, Kayleigh have never done any drugs when she was carrying Lola and Prim. But seemingly, Natalie has been listening to Mongo again, and seemingly he has been saying that she took drugs. Kayleigh has never done any drugs but weed. Well, when she wasn't pregnant. When she wasn't pregnant, she was smoking weed with Mongo, and she's admitted that to me before she had the kids. But when she was pregnant, she didn't do it. She never drunk while she was with Lola and Prim. So, Mongo, let me ask you a question. Even though Kayleigh wasn't smoking any weed or doing any drugs or any chemicals of, like you've been saying, the only thing she's ever done is weed in her life, even though you was on stream in front of the community smoking weed 24 hours a day, putting your kids at risk, why are you saying to Natalie that Kayleigh did that? Because you do realise, right, the social services, right, actually do an air strand. and it goes back to a certain amount of years when you've been smoking it. Remember, Mongo, when you was basically smoking weed and then you had to go off it, and then they decided to do one on you, and then they found out that it was in your system still, even though when you wasn't smoking it? Oh, yeah, that time. You forgot about that, didn't you? I remember everything, Mongo, because I've read it. Ask Mongo what the social services done. They did an air strand on him, and they found out that he was so strong and so deep that he was still in the system after a fucking year of doing it. And he had to stop it. Isn't that funny, Jamie, how I know that? He knows I'm telling the truth. He knows I've read everything about him. He knows I've read all his background, but he deny it to Natalie. He will convince Natalie he's this little princess that he's never... Do you know what? You should be one of these princesses in the castle, and you know what? You should have like this fucking guy who comes up to you and kisses you on his cheek, and then it'll be like this princess moment that you wake you up, Mongo, because that's what you need to do. You need to wake up from the shit that you're speaking. What are you achieving? Because do you know when you die, God has got a big book, and God will say, this is what you've done in life. Do you really think when you have an heart attack or when you die, you're coming back to this planet with Natalie? Nah. He's going to send you to the hell below, sorry. Yeah. And he's going to make you burn in hell. So it's time to put your sins out there on the internet and clear Kayleigh's name for what it is. Because I've already seen what Kayleigh's done. She's assaulted a police officer. That's what it is. Yeah? So...
Nothing of the record of child abuse.
That's what I was about to say.
Be under criminal record as well as
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. It was nothing of child abuse, Jamie. So if you don't put your sins out there and tell the community that you're bullshitting about Kayleigh, yeah, you were going to burn in hell. You ain't going to come back. And that is me telling you the truth.